Good morning, everybody. It's Groundhog Day again. That's what I feel like here right now. It's been months of Groundhog Day. Every day, come out, repeat the same steps, building this house. You know, it's worth it for the journey of what we're gonna have when it's done. But it is definitely just like punching a time clock at a job somewhere. Every single day feels like the same thing. You might be building another area, doing another task, but it's all just right here every day. And I don't mean that in a discouraging way, because it's worth the sacrifice to put something in like this right here. You know, you just gotta uh, make sure you enjoy it while you're doing it. That's all I can say. Make sure you're enjoying it while you're doing it. Mel, what you got going right there? That chicken livers?
Yes.
So what you gonna make with some chicken livers? Adobo? Well, there you go. Well, today they'll continue tying steel up above. We need to shore up some forms in a few places, and we haven't formed right over the top of where the shower is in the master bath yet, and that staircase is coming down. So I'm gonna put them on that, and my monkey's gonna continue with helper and all, and me going up and helping too, of where all the electrical's going. I go up and guide him and show him where I want a box here, how I want these to join there, how this needs to stay flush down in the slab, and send it all the direction it needs to go. And then him and his helper, they make it happen. Well, first thing in the morning, Melinda's already been cooking. She got tanigi right there cooking. Got tomato and soy sauce there. And then I saw fried chicken. I'm like, what? Not really fried, but she done cooked up chicken as well this morning. I mean, first thing in the morning. She don't waste no time. Look at this. Man, and y'all wonder why I'm putting on weight. It's so hard here. So it's got back running, going getting some conduit and some elbows for the conduit. And I wanted to talk about mask. Here's one in my truck door. Here, get those elbows right there. Here in this country, the president ordered anybody out without a mask on or improperly wearing a mask, down below the nose, under the chin, hanging off an ear, not just kind of on your face, but if it's improper, for the police to arrest you, detain you. So I told Melinda this because she's about one of them wearing it on her lip and under her chin, you know, when we're out. And I said, you know, baby, we don't need the heat, we don't need the trouble. I know you don't like wearing it, but if you're gonna go out, you know, we're targets. We're a foreigner here. They're gonna be looking at me, and they're gonna look at you because you're with me. We stand out more than the average Filipino out on the street does. You know, please wear your mask properly, and just abide by the rules and the laws. But she really has a hard time breathing in it. Then I told her it's that mask that you bought too. She bought some custom made, I don't mean custom like expensive, just some local made cloth mask that's sewed, and it's really thick, got this quilting and all that. Well, that is not a proper mask either. In fact, I'm gonna go have a talk with her to discard that thing. Just discard that thing. It is not proper. It's like trying to breathe through your grandma's quilt. I mean, it's not the proper mask. So nevertheless, I told her, I said, listen here, he passed that, he put that order out, the president, on national TV, and he got a brand new police chief, brand new, just sworn in police chief, national police chief. You know, or I call him a chief. I guess, what would he be? Is he like, he's the top dog, put it that way. Yeah, the top dog. Mind blank for a minute here. Anyway, the top guy. So he's going to definitely be following the orders of the president. The president put out the orders. Detain anybody that's not wearing or properly wearing a mask. So Melinda's initial feelings, oh, that's just going to be up North Capitol Region. That's not going to be down here. We're driving down the street. See, look, they don't have a mask on. They don't have a mask on. Those people don't have a mask on. And agree, we drive everywhere. There's just people everywhere with no mask on. They're tired of it. And I said, well, all I know is what he said, and I guarantee you they're going to enforce it because, he's got a brand new sworn in top dog right now, and he's going to obey orders. And so, sure enough, yesterday Melinda told me it's all on Facebook and other videos and news and stuff she saw that in Iloilo they are nabbing up people not wearing masks or improperly wearing masks, detaining them, hauling them away. And now I don't know all the details. I don't know the details, so I'm just ad-libbing some of this, okay? I did not watch or read this personally. You do your own research. But from what I get from my wife and our conversation about it while we were driving down the street, is that they're taking them to some type of facility, some type of place, and they are doing like an education, like a retraining on them, making them show or making them watch videos and stuff about the virus and how it spreads and the importance of masks. I don't know all the details that's in the videos. I ain't seen them. I don't know. But now I don't know if they're having to pay a fine on additional on top of that, or if this is something that goes like on your record for being detained, like a blotter. I don't know. But they are grabbing them up, and they are hauling them off. And you got to go through this process and this class, this training. Now, I'm telling this, whatever you write in comments is your business. Anybody else that reads something that Joe Blow wrote in the comments, that's not my opinion, that's his opinion or her opinion. So don't beat my channel up for what you might read in comments, okay? I'm gonna keep my opinion out of it all. So I got these guys bagging up stone here now. You see here, they cleaned up 100% where all that other stone had been. Look at that. Nice. So, how much for this? Just this right here? He looked at me like I'm crazy. Well, that is nice. $275. $275. Thank you much, sir. You see his, oh man. Oh man. What else he got down in here? Boy, I tell you, nice stainless steel one too. And he's off. Boy, those bananas are growing. We've been up here building forms and laying out everywhere here, trying to get in the angle of where the staircase from down below is going to come in on the corner of the CR right here. The master bath. I say CR. Here in the Philippines, they say CR. Comfort room. Bathroom. This being the master bath, and as well, this is the mark where it'll come down, and that'll be just the angle you'll see underneath on the bottom side. And then on the outside, this is where the step comes up. Anyway, that's what we're doing. That's why this wall was left short before here and just kind of still stubbled out of it and all, is because we knew that we'd be doing this. A couple forms here. They're going to bolt through the wall. Another one like it on the outside, adjust it for the downward angle. and we'll sandwich those off of it at that angle right there. We'll get a flat sheet underneath the bottom right here. All right, well, that's where it is right now. It's hot. We put a tarp over us here. That black tarp's hot too. And we're getting this knocked out. This is probably the last real forming anywhere left upstairs up here. And I want to handle this personally myself on this form. I know in my mind exactly how I'm wanting these steps and this little roof to come across on the corner. I've already built it in my brain 15, 20 times. Any of you that way, you do that, you done built it in your head so much, it's just the whiz when it comes time to go through it because you've already worked it again and again. I am one of those people, boy. My brain is just always in overdrive. So it's just like, I've seen this, I've done this, all I need to do now is just everybody get out of my way and let me knock it out. But it is just working out beautifully. I mean, it is. I am so happy with it. Very, very happy with it. It's going to be a great place. It's a great job. The guys are doing a great job. And it's coming together. So out here, the guys, they bagged up all this residual stone that was sitting around. Look at all these bags here ready to go. All of them. They got all of that knocked out and cleaned up here. So that's pretty nice too. I mean, they have been humping it. They are bagging up a mountain of sand over here right now. See, they got them also a tarp set up out here. Now the neat thing about buying that stone for those gabion cages is it came with a lot of large rocks inside of it. And we picked out these biggest boulders and we are keeping them for landscaping. You see those? Look at these. And look at these here. Melinda's putting pots on top of them. Using that pipe right there just to hold the steel up while they tie it. Then we'll slide it back out from underneath it there. Form right here we've been working on. So I took on a few extra guys to take all that stone and put it in those gabion cages, right? Stone played out. Melinda said we're gonna let them go. I said, heck no, we ain't letting them go. They're gonna stay on. We need to make time here and bag up stone, bag up sand, help get all of this 12 mm steel all the way up onto the top of this house from tiling this grid. That is a lot of tying. Help tie this stuff. It is hot work and we need extra help right now. And plus then we're going to be doing a little bit of pouring and we're going to need them for that. And so she asked again today about it. I said, man, every person's working. As long as every person's working, we're making progress and we're ticking against time before I return back to the States, back to Texas, because we got business handled there. Man, that's rock on. If they're able to work and they can keep busy. So we've got 4 additional guys here right now. Well, everyone, it's the end of another work day. Sun's trying to set over there over some big old clouds. Yeah, it is cloudy. Oh, look at that, there's a rainbow. Perfect timing. Check that out. There is a rainbow. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Well, we have got a huge part of the roof deck prepared. This is out off the side of the house, coming off of our master bedroom, our private little door. It goes out and on the veranda. And this is that concrete canopy out over the top of it here. Right here you see this electrical tubes and steel standing up. There'll be a little short parapet wall right there. And we got this 12 mm steel tie, which is really good steel. Some people would have just probably put 10. I went ahead and put 12. I want it strong, long lasting. I had some drops of 16 laying down there, and I said, you know, there's no such thing as leftover steel when you're doing this. Put it in there. If you got it on the property, put it in there. It don't do you no good laying on the ground. So right here, halfway in the middle, from this cantilever beam to that one, I had them to double up, put me a 16 in right here next to 12. Over here, same thing, on the outside edge down through there, I had them to take some drops of 16, put against that 12, and actually it crossed each other about 4 foot there in the middle, and it ended up doubling up right there. So that'll be nice and strong along that edge. You know, you want those edges super strong. Mach has continued getting electrical. This is all down to light switches and things here for these rooms. I'll verify all of it more before he's done, but he's got this all in place. Well, as you see, it is very nice. Other things I'll point out, as you see right here, we've got these little chairs, these little spacers underneath the concrete, and we have them next to those boxes right there, so that the steel that I'm standing on, I'm bounced here, don't come down and crush down onto that box. So we go around and we put those to hold that up. They're missing a few right now. They got to get one there, but you see there's one next to it right here, one next to it there, one kind of next to it right there, and so on. And you see one there, and you see one there, see one there. Well, the last area we're going to prep is right over here. Hope you see this, and I know I'm going to have naysayers and I'm going to have yay-sayers, and you're all welcome to speak. Somewhere in between there, somebody might even give me a good tip. So I'm always still ears open. I want to hear what you all have to say, and whether your opinion's good or bad, I still want to hear it. And I appreciate you all watching this video and seeing how my day went, and end it with a stormy, beautiful sunset evening. Look at that. Just look at that. And look at this. Look at this, folks. Let's look at this. Yeah.